Hello, welcome back to another video in After Effects. So here we have a background and we've got this intro text I put on top, and we can see what we've got at the moment. It's just zooming across the screen. If we want to make it a bit smoother, we can control click on these. Should be a bit small. I think probably the way to make it the smoothest you can get is if you click on that so you have them both selected, and then you go for keyframe assistant easy ease. Okay, I think that's a bit smoother. Okay. So what I'd like to do is make it so it starts off slowly and then continues with pace through the screen and it ends slowly. Right, so currently, which graph are we on here? This is the speed graph, which is the one we want. So you've got the speed and the value graph. I think speed is probably the best. So, yeah, we could make it a little bit steeper, right? I'm just trying to think how... Yeah, so if we make it a bit steeper, you can see it's going to get to a much faster speed, right? So if we now look at what is actually going to happen, so it's going to go up to 2,000 pixels a second. So let's have a look at that. So you can see it zooms through. Okay, so if I press Alt, you see, I can actually do something like that. Interesting. Let's have a look at how that looks. So you see in this situation, the pace of it doesn't slow down at all. It just whooshes off the screen. Let's try something like this. Okay, so it'll start off pretty fast, and then get even faster, and then gradually go much slower. Let's see if we can actually see that. Yep. So it's kind of pretty easy to see actually, that one. This is actually quite an interesting one. You know, it's like boom, and then just sort of like peters out. Which is kind of like a, you know, this would be. You can imagine like actually having like credits or something like this with something like this one. Like it doesn't start too far; it gets to a much faster. Like I think the trick is this bit. It goes from fast to faster, and then it smoothly slows down. I think that's what makes it look kind of cool. So yeah, there's lots of different things you can do with that. Now another thing you can do as well is what if I wanted to actually have, say I wanted another text layer. So get another text layer, right? So you can do that by doing just a new layer, right? You do new text layer. You can press enter on a layer to rename it. Just say chapter 1, right? I'm not going to go through some of the formatting of the text and all that stuff. That's not really the point of this. Right, so we have chapter 1. So we have this text field. Now what we could do, right, is first of all we want to close the graph menu, right? So what you can actually do with chapter 1 is you can click on this thing. You see where it says parent and link? What you can actually do is you can actually link that. So if I go into okay, so you can actually link this to what we just made. So I press P on this one, right? What I can do, I can take this parent and link, and I can link it to the position. So I just so it's called like you pick whip, select property from which to inherit value. So now you can see what's actually happened. And this is something which is really, really powerful in After Effects. And I only really, you can see it's exactly mirroring. So this is like how you get to copy. You could have like a million different things. Like, you know, So for instance, if you wanted to have a new shape layer, for instance, right? I could again do a P, and we could just draw like a shape, right? So, you know, polygon, can we do a, yeah, it's kind of like the options in this, it's kind of funny. Obviously, I've come from Illustrator, so, and then we could do the shape layer. Let's see what happens if we just do intro there. Yep, so the shape layer as well can inherit just exactly the same, right? So you see that wherever I move the shape layer, this is why it's powerful, right? Because it's still applying those movements that we already had, that pathing we already had.